Do any of these diets sound familiar to you? The raw food diet, alkaline diet, the master cleanse, the baby food diet, the cabbage soup diet, and the cotton ball diet? These diets, commonly known as fad diets, are some of the crazy eating regimens people have tried in an effort to control their weight. According to BMC.org, over 43 million Americans go on a diet each year. These people believe that the diets they try will help them to lose 10 to 20 pounds in just a matter of weeks. Crazy, right? Today, I'm going to be teaching you guys about another diet that unfortunately used to be considered one of these crazy fads. It's called the low-carb diet. After much research, it has begun to be considered one of the most efficient weight loss diets. First, we'll take a look at the macronutrient buildup of a low-carb diet. Then, I'll show you the short-term effects it has on the body. Low-carb diets are great short-term meal plans to shed body fat, increase heart health, and control eating habits. In order to completely comprehend the basis of a diet, you need to first understand its macronutrient buildup. There are three macronutrients: carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. The most obvious part of a low-carb diet is that, well, it's low in carbs. Carbohydrates will account for nearly 30% of your diet. Although they are your primary source of energy due to their glycogen composition, they aren't 100% essential to your body. According to Trin Lee, a dietitian with her master's in public health, you can attain glucose, which is the real source of energy in carbohydrates, from both protein and fat. Your primary source of carbohydrates should come from fiber-rich fruits and vegetables such as broccoli, sweet potato, asparagus, raspberries, or apples. The next macronutrient is fat. Unfortunately, for the past 10 years or so, fat has been labeled as a terrible thing for your body. According to a 2014 Gallup poll, 56% of Americans try to avoid fat in their diet. While certain types of fat are definitely terrible for your body, there are many healthy fats that serve your body in a positive way. Salmon, tuna, avocado, flaxseed, nuts, and other seeds are all great sources of healthy fats. Consuming healthy fats aids in a numerous amount of things, such as transporting nutrients through the body, increasing metabolism, and reducing risks of heart disease. While on a low-carb diet, fats will account for nearly 30% of your calories. The last macronutrient is protein. In my opinion, protein is the most important macronutrient. Whether you're trying to lose weight or gain weight, you will consume about the same amount. Unlike both carbs and fats, your body cannot store protein. For this reason, we must consume protein every day. Without it, your body wouldn't be able to repair cell tissue, regulate hormones, or create enzymes. Essentially, you would turn into one moody, dying piece of flesh. One should obtain most of their protein from fish, poultry, and other lean white cuts of meat. While containing large amounts of protein, red meats, such as steak, contain large amounts of artery-clogging saturated fat, which are definitely unhealthy for you. Protein will make up that last 40% of your diet. Now that I've talked to you about the three macronutrients, let's discuss the short-term effects of following this eating regimen. For the majority of people, weight loss is the most sought-after effect of dieting. According to the Mayo Clinic, low-carb diets are great for this purpose because they force your body to redesign its metabolism. Since you consume significantly less carbohydrates during this diet, your body begins to metabolize fat as an energy source. Unlike protein, fat can be stored in the body, mainly in adipose tissue, otherwise known as that loose connective tissue that protects your abdominal muscles. Your body will metabolize both the fat consumed in your diet as well as that fat stored in your tissue. The second reason for weight loss is due to your increased take of healthy fat and protein. By consuming more of these macronutrients, you will feel more full and consume fewer total calories. In addition to stimulating weight loss, this eating regimen helps individuals control their eating habits. According to WebMD, over 30 million people in the US struggle with an eating disorder, and every 62 minutes, somebody dies due to their eating disorder. According to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, consuming higher levels of protein at the expense of another macronutrient promotes satiety. Let's remember here, you're not going to starve yourself while you're on this diet, nor should you when you're following any other diet. You are simply rearranging the priority of certain macronutrients to manipulate the biochemical process occurring within your body. In addition to losing weight and having more self-control over your eating habits, meal plans with low carb requirements help improve their heart health. You see, there are these tiny little chemicals known as triglycerides. They are fatty acids that rush through your bloodstream, clogging your arteries during and after food consumption. According to the Mayo Clinic, those with high triglyceride counts are at a higher risk for stroke, heart attack, and heart disease. If we look at this graph, it is easy to note the correlation between triglyceride levels and heart disease. After learning about this dangerous compound, I'm sure many of you are wondering what the best way to reduce them is. Look no further than your trusty low-carb diet. According to Harvard researchers, this low-carb diet is most beneficial for reducing triglycerides. Following a low-carb regimen aids in reducing this harmful compound from your bloodstream, in turn drastically improving your heart health. Low-carb diets are great short-term meal plans to shed body fat, increase heart health, and stabilize your eating habits. Once you calculate your macronutrient intake and begin implementing them to your daily regimen, you will see many changes. You will start to shed stubborn belly fat due to lower insulin levels. In addition, you will have more control over your eating habits because of increased protein intake. Finally, you will have a much healthier heart due to a reduction in triglycerides. I'll leave you with a quote that applies very much to this diet. You don't have to eat less, you just have to eat right.